Queen Cluck's old age became apparent after the war with the Jahir. Though a resounding victory was achieved, the desert had weakened her resolve. Yet there could be no rest for the wicked. Tluukt was beset on all sides by enemies still, and with no manpower reserves to call up, Queen Tluukt had to get creative. Her first move to secure her nation, and her legacy, was to attack the nation of Zanbar, who was attempting to rile unrest in the recently acquired tributary state of Bulwar. Using her mercenary troops as meat shields, Queen Tluukt cleaved through the remaining elven legions to the capital of Seriand and captured it with ease. From there, it was a simple cleanup operation to take the city of Zanbar on the confluence of the river Saran. She then fortified the mountain stronghold of Salahad Gate against any possible invaders from the south. She even took the time to convince some packs south of the province of Kraw's Way to join her nation. She felt a cold pass over her. The winds of death were calling. But with her remaining zealousness, she ordered the sacrificial pyres built. This demonic fire would keep the cold embrace of death away for but a bit longer. She then vowed to finish Varamhar before she passed, and it was with the last of her strength that the nation of Varamhar, one of the elven great nations, was vanquished, and with it, so too did Queen Tluukt, Cleaver of Realms, also pass away. Welcome back, everyone, to the campaign, in which we are mourning Queen Tluukt with me, Dwarf Pete. And there can be no rest, unfortunately, to mourn the Queen, as we still have a schmeckle load of enemies, pretty much on all sides here. Basically, everybody hates us, with the fine exception of Keterata, does not, completely hate us. Yet. We'll figure out a way to change that today. I've decided on a route for our ideas, and I think trade quantity will be actually really cool, because I want to see how high we can get our goods produced modifier. If I could get it to 100%, that would be chef's kiss. That would be. Furthermore, between episodes, I've given some land to Bulwar. I'll probably give the rest of this to them as well. Through our missions, we're going to pick up Azkabar, and I'm thinking I'll give them this land as well. Yeah. I'm not going to release Harkloom or Zanbar. I've already raised their lands. They would be pissed. So let's read the words of the words. In 1443, the great conquests of our glorious pact began in earnest with the subjugation of the city of Bulwar, jewel of the Bulwari. It was there that the mighty Tluukt routed their cowardly elven suzerain, Aaryz I of Varamhar, with the ferocity and impact of her fiery magic, to which he died later, leaving the city's defenders to their mercy of our rule. With great glee we smashed their walls to dust and seized their wealth as our own. Yet this was not nearly enough. We should have pursued the craven king, Aaryz I, to the very seat of his rule and made our domination complete, with the rendering of his head from his shoulders. It falls upon us now to rectify our grave error, to truly earn the epithet Cleaver of Realms, to which we did. Ever since the conquest of Jahir, the Bulwari have forgotten the true dangers of Gnolls, trusting foolishly in the protection of their sun-elf overlords. Gnolls are dangerous, to be sure, they think to themselves, but they are just disorganized slavers, no true threat. Even Zaka did not inspire real fear. His conquests were remote, and the people of Bulwar could easily ignore them. The fall of Traz-Buranan, however, could not be ignored. With its conquest, an ugly Gnollish blight spears its way through Bulwar proper, dividing the successor states of Jahir and seriously straining communications. I mean, really, you either go through Harpyland, or you don't talk between Iralam and Seriand. Conversely, that's not a great military position. I don't like being pincered on two sides. The fall of... Yes. For days after the city's fall, its ultimate fate was unclear to the elven realms of Bulwar, but as refugees fled to every safe haven they tell their story, an entire city reduced to ash. Survivors clapped in chains, except for the lucky few who were spared. Bar some minor mutilation, of course. We're Gnolls, we have to spread word of what has transpired. These refugees, marked with the brand of Re. Isn't that our husband's name? Yeah, okay, I thought it was like a god or something. Huddle together in camps across the realm, shuddering in their sleep at the memory of their fair city burning with demonic flame. To the rest of Bulwar, the meaning of these events is clear. The Gnolls of Tluukt are no mere slavers. They are the embodiment of the malevolent dark, demons who threaten to consume life itself. Why do I get the feeling... It said they all get an event. I get the feeling they're going to become allies or something. Please, game. Not now. Our kind's miserable poverty surely began with the reign of that upstart Jahir. That punk. As his invincible armies advanced against our forebears, they wielded in their hands such fearsome spears of sunlight gold. Spears that have, to the Bulwari, become symbols of hope, and to us, icons of pure dread. The humans of Harkloom, in particular, have preserved the authentic Jahirian spears for generations. Oh, I see where this is going. Give me some good spears. But this means opportunity for such powerful weapons that would suit us greatly. Only weapons such as they could ever stand to hope to pierce the hide of the invincible Jahir Sun King, even as he reclines in the safety of death. Oh boy. When Jahir landed with his host of elven legions and set about overthrowing the Gnolls that upstart him, the native Bulwari rallied behind him and joined in the destruction of their oppressors. In battle after battle, these human warriors proved their valor and bravery, so impressing Jahir that when he established his empire, he rewarded the most valorous of them with a golden spear, a badge of honor, and a symbol of the empire of the elves, of Jahir, of Surya himself. In Harkloom, the spears handed down from father to son are the authentic Jahirian spears themselves, which have protected their villages for generations. With Harkloom now under Aaryz rule, and soon to be Aaryz rule, he set about collecting these spears, by force if necessary, until he had totaled together an impressive armory. Many devout Bulwari feared what profane end our ruler might have for these spears. Would he melt them down for their gold? Yes, I would. If I got 200 ducats out of that, I sure would. Or even worse, send out his mob equipped with Jahir's own symbol. None could imagine his true designs, however. One bright morning, as merchants and travelers crowded together towards the gates of Bulwar, they were met with a grisly sight. On the hills of Drukar, that's right there, overlooking the city of Bulwar, overlooking the Golden Highway as it ran alongside the Saran. Okay, the Saran is the river. I'm glad we got that sorted. Towards the city of Bulwar, there stood 100 golden spears, pounded into the dirt. For each spear, an elf impaled. 100 elves in all, twitching upon Jahir's legacy. When concerned travelers crested the hills to relieve them, they were perforated by arrows. Gnoll sentries laying in wait. Terror and confusion delayed an organized response. It was several hours before soldiers from Bulwar sallied over the hill. They found no Gnolls. By the time they reached the martyrs, the buzzards in the sun's heart had had their way. Sun's heat. Those who witnessed the event firsthand were left with only one thought. How can Surya allow his chosen people to suffer so grievously at the hands of demons? For the rest of the game, we get some demonic power, and I believe we piss off the elves even more. Yeah, we get negative 100 with them. Nice. In case it wasn't already apparent how much the elves hate us. Never mind that, we're going back to war. Mostly because I do not want to give these guys any chance whatsoever to dare possibly annoy me. And we're going to drop down to speed 3 for a little bit here. As I said, no possible chances. I do not want to deal with this one bit. I would much rather kill the humans here now. The elves too. There's the coalition, just as I predicted. so much easier to kill them while they're disorganized now. And would you look at that, Medjur Rabar, I think we got him so poor, he had to remove his own fort. There's Azkasur, not sure which one that is, off the top of my head. Oh, well, funny that. We have a mission for that. Alright, let's see if we can stack wipe these. Sucks that everything over here is marshlands, but either way, we still end up stack wiping them. And we can just leave that Iralam army alone for the time being. Funnily enough, even though Bulwar hates me, he will still contribute to my war efforts. Now I could... I don't think I will core any of that, because I'd rather give it away. Speaking of which, when can we get this? We can get this as soon as we take Azkabar as a subject. They are already a subject of Sarian, and all we need to do is take Sarian's capital state, this here land. We should be in good hands. Claws? I don't know if it's been established how many digits the Gnolls have on their hands. I would assume they have opposable thumbs. I would hope they have opposable thumbs. Okay, you're moving out to do something. Yep. Let's take that, and we'll go hide. This is not as easy without our mage. We will take a quick little bite there. Make sure they can't really organize. That seems like a decent fight. Let's go for it. And come on, subject, reinforce me. Yes, yes, do it, do it. Get in on time, yes, yes, come on, win the battle. I have faith. Well, even if we don't win the battle, I don't think they'll be able to kill. Please no. Please don't kill the entirety of my mercenaries. Okay, alright, this is gonna get harder, isn't it? I have underestimated the humans. Rats. Here's hoping for a quick war. Alright, let's go ahead and get... let's go fishing for a mill-focused person. Like a disciplined guy or something. Nice, there's the Siege of Kalib. And we've got plenty of rebels coming up, but not a big deal. Good. They're attacking into Kalib. Oh, into Bulwar proper even. Yes, good. Not a great choice for you, AI. Attacking into a city across a river. Nope. If they don't have benefit to fighting the terrain bonus, then I'm not going to bother. There's just no reason for me to fight. I think a better use of my time would be, or my limited manpower would be to A, kill these rebels, and B, see if we can get Bishardt and Says out of the swarm. They're still on medium, so getting them out should prove rather easy. What we really need is our son to come of age. His military talents will solve the problems we face. No, not a fort defense. That is exactly the wrong thing we need at this moment. What we do need, though, Medjugorje separatists. Yes, that is particularly helpful. Indeed. Okay, good. Nope. We're gonna play the game where we keep trying for good, Oh, that's why you won out. You're under attack by Marblehead. Interesting. In that case, let me improve with just about every vassal I have. We picked up Akalses in the last war, and they will never like us. In fact, I think it will be a miracle if we can get to positive relations with them. And good, the Regency is ending. We can make this guy into a general soon. Nice, there's the morale. Excellent. That's what I was hoping for. Since Marblehead has basically occupied Besartenses, let's see if we can get like 10% war score on them to force some war reparations. And then I think it might be time to fix our army. One thing I am going to do is rebuild the Stone Palace. At Tluukt, the Stone Palace lies in ruins. The prestigious ornate fortress, the center of states that have come and gone for millennia, has long served as a symbol of dominance over the Sadsur. Were we to revitalize the wonder, it would create a trophy that proves our legitimacy and solidify our grasp on the region. That is this. I don't actually remember what it gives. A quick loop of the mountain on horseback makes clear the nature of the fortress, of all that need be done. The swift bend of the Panuzagnu River cuts beneath the sheer cliff at the mountain's end, the old gate watchful in its long vigil over cloud-kissed peaks of the mountains beyond. The depths of the first citadel remain surprisingly well preserved, still decorated with murals boasting the feats of ancient Bulwari kings, even if they've been stripped of their valuable ornaments. The reason for the fortress's abandonment, however, lies clear in the scattered bones, the potsherds, the broken stones beyond the top of the gates that litter Galiboir, the demon scar. A rift melted through what seems half a league of solid mountain. By Hazabin's fury, the blackened gulch has long supplanted the old gate. With the sun shining bright down through the open wound in the stone above, the scene is laid bare. Our chieftain stands amidst the vast rift, gazing down through a scar that had healed into a bustling way lined with dwellings, storefronts, temples, and all the long-abandoned cogs that set a city turning. The scars of war seem fresh, even after centuries from Aaryz, still embedded in half-rotted posts, to stagnant pools of water beneath shattered aqueducts. The past weighs heavy, amidst the scattered stones of a gatehouse so laden with scars that it seemed to have been rebuilt 100 times over. If the Tluukt had fallen before, stripped from the Bulwari who first set chisel to stone, from Jahir, shattered by Hazabin, from the Cassanites, the folk of the Sadsur. How could our king hope to set the walls anew, see that their stones never crumble as so many before? Yet the crossroad stands at a crossroads. Shall we exploit this progress to turn it into an impenetrable fortress, or stand upon the shoulders of this splendid progress to make it a palace, a monument to our glory? I have a feeling this event was made for non-Gnollish nations. Either way, we have a good fort system there. We will eventually build some forts over here. We'll probably put one here, and another one somewhere over here. All this to say, a palace makes the most sense. And I think that said in 10 years I'll hear something back. Oh. Okay, right. From Besartenses, all I want is like 10% war score. Enough to be able to enforce War reparations on you. I don't really care much more than that. Should be doable, I think. Especially if I kill your troops as they're gaining morale. In a woods province. Alright, come on everybody. Yeah, we can get there before the next month tick. Should be fairly simple. Yeah, oh yeah, that's a stack wipe. Easy peasy. Okay. 10%? Nope. Man. Aside from taking Gnolls, I'm not sure what else I can do to gain that. And a war score. Can just hold on to it, I suppose. Alright, holding on to it is. Not before I get a free little pick-off here. Whoa, Marblehead! Good for you. Doing the Gnolls work. Oh, and we even managed to get his capital. Oh, yes. I love this game. Okay, what we can do, we can transfer his trade. That'll get us an even longer truce time. We can take money, and honestly, we could also seize sacrifices, but I don't feel like that's totally needed right now. Plus, it's not going to give us much. It'll give us one whole sacrifice. It gives 10% of the capital area development. That's like nothing. So we will end with that. War reps is good enough for me. Oh, and he's attacking into Bulwar again, like the crazy guy he is. And now I think we just need to finish this war. Interestingly enough, Gnolls actually has been freed. And I think so long as we finish this war before 1475, we should be in a good position. Oh, we actually have yet another mission we can do. The Elves of Bulwar have proven a thorny problem for our pack's supremacy. They rule over their human subjects and wield them like shields, making it all too difficult to reach their delicate throats. They think themselves safe, but we think they rely overly much on the loyalty of their noble subjects. Any human who consents to fight for these health kings simply has not yet known true fear, and once we teach them what it means to suffer, we shall see where their true loyalties lay. Though elves hold all the highest positions of government and command in Ireland, it falls upon poor Bulwari peasants to fill out their conscription. Simple men, craftsmen, bakers, farmers, pottery makers, each with families and aspirations. Man, this sounds like some great ordering logic here. Help the peasants. These peasants fight zealously in the name of Sorel, usually. In our war with Ireland, however, their faith is tested in each battle again and again, as wave after wave of Gnoll hits hard and hits fast. The elven commanders retreat from these losing battles, and we let them run. Our consort, Regent King, Ree, has commanded his pack to focus their bloodlust solely on the human conscripts, but no slaves are to be taken. Instead, countless fathers are turned into corpses, cannibalized in front of their comrades' very eyes. Their sons are left behind to rage, to fear, and to wonder why only elves return from their battles, where so many of their friends and family have perished. Okay, oh wow, and we force spawn peasants. That actually would have been really good to use for a battle against Sariand. And there, our son, Aaryz, has come into his own. Right as we... You know what? Let's make him a general. between 5 and 14 pips. Place your bets now, or ladies and gentlemen. Or I should say gentlemen. I know my own statistics. My guess is 1250. Thank you, game. Much appreciated. No. Gabe. If you ever miss playing EU4, all you need to see is that event. You'll be good, I promise. Troll. Well played, game. Well played. Well played. We're gonna pick back up the shock damage, and I think it's time to completely wipe out the humans. Elves. Whatever. I definitely think we can get out just as is. We can probably reps, so long as we get the capital, I think we're fine. Thankfully, no war goal has been declared. Oh wow, we've got peasant on peasant action here. Don't see that every day. And before anyone says anything about why I'm keeping $1,000 of cash just laying around, that's purely because I don't know if Mr. 100k troops, Catarata over here, will ever do anything. I'd like the ability to raise mercenaries at any given moment. And to pay off annoying events. Like so. What are the odds of that? Seriously. We get a 5 pip general for... game, never... Please never change. Classic. One thing I'm going to do, though, before I forget this episode, is build up a little bit of a navy. Did you really attack my mercenary? I'm trying to help you. Go away. Shoot. Blah. Get out. Go away. Stop bothering me. I'm going to build up a bit of a navy, because if I take a look in the economic trade mode here, I made a big deal of it early on. I've got some places I can raid. Catarata, most importantly, Ovdale Tongir gives 50 ducats by himself. I've been missing it. I've been doing something wrong. And I'm wondering if I should spend this admin power. Nah. And after this war, I think Ireland is going to be completely demolished. Yep, there's their capital. 72% of the war score. We can also take plenty of money. Plenty of sacrifices. 20% of this comes out to be a very reasonable number. I think that'll be helpful. I'd like to take all the provinces over here. I'll probably give these two to Bulwar, just to be safe. And just double check that I'm not missing something here. Always got to make sure I'm not missing, no, not in the immediate future anyways. Cool. And even, would you look at that? It's even before the designated time I wanted to be done. And I don't even think we have to worry about breaking his alliance with Calculus. I think we're perfectly fine just getting out there. So I can then raise all of this, give it to my wonderful sub... No, that's cursed. Get the Jad out of here. Shoot. We can give it all to Bulwar, who practically loves us at this point. I think I'm even going to give them this provinces up here, because I don't believe I have need for it anymore. And that's all to... quite a bit. The legend of the loathsome Jahir Sun King began in Zansap, right here. For it was there that the feeble human kings first submitted themselves to his reign, contingent on one great undertaking, the expulsion of Gnoll kind from Bulwar, and indeed, the Sun King set about this task with haste, sallying forth with his elven hosts against the Gnolls of the Jix pack, who were at the time ruled over Zansap. We know not how the Gnolls of Jix were so weak to be defeated by the upstart Jahir, but it was their defeat that set his invading host on the trajectory to conquer all the world. Well, you know, given that the pack of Jix didn't control all the world. Probably some bias in the writers there. And it was in the unassuming fields of Sarib where this defeat occurred, in a spectacular battle that saw countless Gnolls laid to the earth, their blood to feed only flowers. Nice. Our separatists doing work. The glory of our pack can never reign supreme unless we eclipse this humiliating victory with a fiery conquest of our own, a victory that shall go unchallenged for centuries. With that, we get plenty of legitimacy. We can even start revoking if we so choose. I think we will. Just to build up a bank of... This is one of those nations that I think absolutism will be quite useful with. And you know what? I'm willing to put, please, just a better general than my ruler. Not total crap. What? What? Really? So my ruler is absolute crap, but then we roll a 10-pip general out of 11. Get out of here, game. Don't give me that crap. Okay, and we can also go back to war with Jahir, Jadari. How much aggressive expansion? He doesn't have anything with me. Still, given that he has rebels, I think it's in my best interest to attack back into him. Yeah. Although this is going to take quite a bit of effort. On my end. I can also invest in trade ideas, which I think I will. Mostly because the faster we get that going, the more savings we can have in the tech department. One thing I do need to do, though, before I keep forgetting, will we give that to Bulwar? Right, I said I was going to give all of this up here to him. I'm only half scatterbrained sometimes. Okay, with that, I think Bulwar is as big as I want to let him get. He's got 3 whole states. He supplies quite a bit of manpower to me. While I still have quite a few... You know what? Since I'm not going to give that to Bulwar, unless I can release somebody myself. No, I'm not going to release Zansnap. That's silly. And I'm definitely not going to release Irulan. Any chance there's somebody over here I can release? Hey, can I release a... Now that's a, if only I could give it to him without having to... Rats. Alright, you know what I will do, though, before I end the episode? I am going to raid some coasts. 'Cause that makes me unexpectedly happy. Yes. With all of the other, Gnolls being dead. I mean, look at that. Biokok's gone. Retek's gone. We can never recover them. We're in good... Really? Who raided? Oh. strange. It tells me I can raid it, but I can't. Oh well. Looks like we got quite a bit of money back from that, though. I am going to see between episodes here how to fix... I think I'm going to core everything in my capital trade region. And then I'll probably core some stuff later down the road here. All of that is because I'm now going to enact something. The weak serve the strong, giving us 40% goods produced. And hopefully this is not bugged. I would be very cross if it was. We should be able to see that in effect right here. Yes! Excellent. He gives 40% goods produced. That makes this worth it. And wall goods produced is dependent on intolerance. I have a feeling we... Wait a minute, don't we get tolerance or tolerance from something like... Does religious give it? With like a combination with something? Because religious trade gives goods produced. Maybe we are going to go tolerance. To get that heathens, the improved relations would be helpful. Years of separatism would be amazing. Idea cost would be great. Shucks, now I kind of feel stupid going trade first, but we can do trade tolerance or something. Trade quantity. But I think that is an excellent stopping point for today. As always, thank you for watching, and see you tomorrow. Or I should say in 2 days for the war with Jahir.